Yes, I don't form me now kwaba edo wa platform we so host Nana J. And I want to me a born in Punimpuno. I don't for a DNS see I'm democracy as some of I critical so I say just 258 people Ghanaians see arrested. Yet the details in the air bro black rastan so aiding come on Eddie afa a boot trick kahona yenti on so the name.
Details. Finally, Abutrika lands in America at 3:34 p.m. EDT. Putting a comma between final and Abutrika. Details. Finally, Abutrika lands in America at 3:34 p.m. EDT. My brother, my sister, Frederick Kumi is his given name. He became a powerful socialite, flaunting money on social media. He came all the way from Swedro. He was known around the length and breadth of that small, beautiful town called Swedro. He came from very humble beginnings into this kind of fame on social media. He had money all over him wherever he went. And on social media, he had money packed around him as if he operated a private bank in his room. This is Frederick Kumi, a.k.a. Abutrika, the master trickster. Some people say he's a wangster, but he says he's only a gangster. This guy called Abutrika, could he truly be a trickster? Abutrika for some time now has been in the news. He is said to have scammed vulnerable American people, the aged, to the tune of about $8 million American. He was behind bars in the custody of the Ghanaian authorities after he was picked up in a plush apartment around the airport area right here in Accra. And remember when we broke the news? This is Abutrika. He rode in some of the most luxurious cars. He flaunted his wealth. He had a beautiful house sitting right there in Swedro called the Abutrika Mansion. He was friends to a lot of popular musicians from this country called Ghana. Some of them even shot music videos in his home. Abutrika made money. Was the money genuine? That was why he was bold enough to flaunt it. Now, a lot of the people in my country, Ghana, and across Africa, when they make illegal money, it is very difficult for them to keep it hidden. They come on social media like rats that have been poisoned and need fresh air, and they flaunt that. That is not to say Abutrika's money is illegal, but a lot of these illegal money makers, the Sakawa boys, the thieves, this is how they behave. And they never learn. Time after time, they are picked up. They expose themselves to the world. And sometimes I don't know if it is foolishness or sheer foolhardiness. My brother, my sister, Abutrika had all this, more money than the Swedro branch of the Ghana Commercial Bank sitting on this table in the room. To count this, he needed machine upon machine, counting machines. This is Abutrika, flaunting his wealth. Then the authorities, in collaboration with the FBI, decided to pick him up. He was picked up when he landed in Accra here from Swedro to chill out. He and his boys were picked up. And then, today, my brother, my sister, Abutrika, after a long period of legal litigation, has found himself on a plane to America. This is Abutrika. We have the details. Come here. Now Abutrika is on his way out. Abutrika is already out of this country, Ghana. Abutrika is on his way to America. And he will be arriving in America at the time mentioned, 3:34 p.m. EDT. These are photos of Abutrika at the time he was picked up at the blind side of his legal team and getting ready to be thrown onto an airplane, Delta, to be flown all the way to America to stand trial for allegations of romance scam and beyond, wire fraud. Now, run the dossier and watch this. This is hot. Abutrika is on a plane. Ghanaian socialite Frederick Kumi, popularly known as Abutrika, was officially extradited from Ghana to the United States on Thursday morning today. He departed Accra aboard a Delta Airlines flight number DL157 under the custody of U.S. federal authorities, according to the BBC. Now, the extradition marks a significant development in his prolonged legal saga. Hey, now, following the Accra High Court's dismissal of his application to block the extradition on July 2, 2026, authorities proceeded with his transfer. He left Ghana on the morning of July 9, 2026, according to the BBC. And Abutrika is facing charges in the United States, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. Now, U.S. prosecutors allege he was part of a criminal network that defrauded elderly victims of over $8 million American dollars using AI-generated romance scams. His lawyer, Oliver Barker-Vormawor, raised alarms hours before the flight. He disclosed that Kumi had been taken to the police hospital in Accra and stated the legal team was unable to locate or meet with him before he was flown out. Now, the legal team had earlier expressed their intention to appeal the High Court's ruling to the Supreme Court, though his physical transfer to the United States has now been finalized. These are the details of the flight. Now, according to real-time flight tracking data, Delta Airlines flight DL157 is currently in the air. Abutrika has eaten twice already on the plane as we speak. 2 times he's been served with food and drink. The first food they brought to him, he said he wasn't hungry, so they took the food away. Then, after some time, he was persuaded to eat. So he has eaten twice already as we speak. In the next hour, he will be landing in America. And here is the latest flight detail. He's right up there in the air. An hour before landing in America, he departed Accra at 9:16 GMT sharp. He is headed for New York JFK Terminal 4. And we already have our cameras there. We know it will be very difficult to have him. They normally would pass him through a certain tunnel, but the cameras are already there. So we will be able to bring you colorful photograph of his arrival in America. He's expected to touch down at 3:34 p.m. EDT, which is 7:34 p.m. in Ghana as we speak right now. In the next hour, my brother, my sister, Abutrika will be in America. My brother, not the holy powder has been able to save him from being extradited. Not the curses, not the pleas, not even the threats. His mother ran to Ajim Adum Chedria, as every mother would have done, and came out with a powder which she sprinkled all over. And when he arrived home on bail, they sprinkled the same powder on him, hoping that all his sins will be cleared off. Or, if he was innocent, then he will continue to remain innocent, and his innocence will glow and glimmer through the dark. Many cursed him. Many were those who cursed authorities. Many were those who spread propaganda that if Ken is still there, why should Abutrika go there? Forgetting that Sedina was just released and she's in the country's jailhouse, the premium one, the one at Nsawam. My brother, my sister, is the best maintained prison in the whole of Ghana. I call it a premium prison. Hey, Abutrika, in a few minutes, will land in America. Abutrika will face trial. He will stand trial. And remember, we have always broken the news here. Be ready. You were told it's 8 million. The FBI and all the people who are arraigning Abutrika before trial, they will come up with a fresh figure, which is the real figure. It's more than 8 million American dollars. That is how the FBI operates. They show you the most minimal of their evidence. So when you land, they would open up more and show you beyond all doubt that this is what it is. Abutrika, in his mind, he knows what he's going through and what he will be going through. And his prayer was that he will never go to America. They have done well. Lawyers have spent his money. Some pretended they were working pro bono, but they milked the boy. They had it in mind that, oh, you know what? He made some cheap money somewhere, probably. It's time for us to also blow that cheap money. They took him from one courthouse to the other. Tried, in quotes, to save him from the extradition. But none of that stood the test of time. Radio presenters, TV hosts, also blew some of the money, the alleged stolen money. Today, Abutrika, whilst he was being bundled up here, his lawyer was abroad, and he made it known to us clearly that he was not in the country at the time that that pronouncement was made at the High Court. This is Oliver Baka-Vomawo. What was he doing abroad? What was he out there doing? He posted it on Facebook himself.
Yes, Arafo, yanto aso wode sanso no emfa emamoy. Ano yayeshi e wode site so atase ano yayeshi a enye asemkuma. Na yankwa nsem ne bi so wode side. Eye ade se nipa ba 50 video agrebo mo. Na die nti ename ya chi sankrofui. 258 arrested at Insawama Dwajiri for looting shop setting. ECG transformers ablaze, vandalizing and robbing several momo vendors. So what I say, not just say, Anya Jumekua, sir, 250 people is or my no. How did you make it be simple? Be a be makramo baba.